Welcome to the Love What You Do podcast. I'm your host, Doug Shapiro. These are the conversations that open doors to what's possible when you love what you do. You grew up on a rural life. I just learned this because as we were driving here, 4-hour drive together, we're driving past these farms.
4.5 if you include the stop at Subway.
That's true. In Oakville, Illinois, tiny town. What did you have animals? Like, what was your least favorite chore?
I grew up in the city, but all of my family, or my mom's family, is all farmers. So we would spend the summers and the holidays on the farm and literally roll around in the hay, but in the literal sense, not in the
so itchy.
figurative sense. It's super itchy. But we always had dogs. We always had a dog.
What was your least favorite chore growing up?
Cleaning the bathrooms.
Ugh.
But can we talk about my favorite chore? So
Yeah.
I grew up in a single family, or with a single mom, and my chore was to get the groceries after I could drive. That's the best chore because
Control what?
you get to decide what goes in the basket. And so apple juice is on the list. You get the apple juice that you want.
So what's the best thing you cook right now?
So comfort food, and I can say this because my daughter was home this weekend, and she's a junior in college, so she was needing some food love and some mama love.
Aw.
And so I made mushroom meatballs, or meatballs and mushroom sauce.
Ooh, yummy.
And I think it's comfort food for all of us in my house. Yeah.
Is that tradition or is that your own thing?
It's probably Midwestern cooking, prairie cooking.
Okay.
It's super simple.
Cool.
It's like more simple than a casserole. So yeah, it's delicious, a little bit salty. Throw some Japanese rice in it just to make it interesting.
That's good.
And then the girl's happy. She wants to hang out on the couch with her mom.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Which it is. It is.
You're warmed up now.
Okay.
I'm going to introduce you.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, all you have to do is get me to talk about my kids. I'm good.
Dianne, you're the president and founder of Kimiko Designs and Kimiko Green. And you do work, furniture planning and specifications for dealers, manufacturers, design firms, end users. You're kind of all over the industry, and you're all over geographically too. We're actually going to get to that point as well, where your team is completely remote. And then you've built a really beautiful organization with Kimiko Green that has a sustainability mission. So I want to touch on all that.
That sounds really big, girl. But okay, I'm here for it. Yeah.
But I was thinking about the people we just met. So your team is here. We're in Jasper. Thank you for making the trip.
Indiana.
And they were so grateful for their work. Like, your team loves their job. They do. They love that they found you. They all kind of had the same story. I was here. I was burnt out. I found Kimiko, and it's changed my life. Or, I love my work. I'm getting all of that from, all these different angles. That has to feel good. Like, I don't know if that was your mission, but it has to feel good.
It feels really good. I'll tell you, we did one-on-ones by the studio just last month. And we ended up in every discussion talking about what surprised them about what they enjoyed or didn't enjoy when they came to work as a contractor for Kimiko Designs. And the common thread throughout everybody was that essentially they felt like they didn't any longer have to choose between the work that they love and the family that they love and need. And so I think giving that, providing that option to love what you do, to love what you do, but also love the people that you love and have the life that you want to live. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you've helped people discover that. Where are you on that journey? I mean, have you, because like being an owner is quite a bit different. How's your
Yeah.
burnout scale right now?
Do you know, okay, so full transparency, like there's been a lot of personal crisis in my life the last 5 years, medical crisis. Not that it's a crisis when your kids leave to go to college, but it can be.
Sure.
So I find myself, a real empty nester, having gone through 5 years of medical crisis with my ex. And can you repeat the question?
Just where are you on your journey of
Okay,
burnout?
thank you.
Like, are you
So,
together with that? I mean, do you feel like you've got the time to explore the things in your world you want to explore?
yes, finally.
Awesome.
And I hate for myself or anybody else that's been through this, I hate that it took some personal crisis to empower the team, to step back, to really own my gifts and recognize that there are a lot of things that I'm not really good at, but that we all thrive and we are all much more successful when I let somebody else run the project, or I let somebody else who loves the spreadsheets. Actually, I love the spreadsheets too, but Excel is my love language. But when I let those other people, our team, speaking of our team, they're so detailed. So when I step back and just let them be them, it allows me to do the things that are my superpowers, the things that I love to do. And even through 5 really hard years, these past few years, to be able to, there's been a lifetime of life the last 5 years, and I can't think of any time where I didn't want to get out of bed.
Wow.
And I think that's sometimes a measure of success. It's like, can you just get out of bed in the morning? Like,
That's an interesting way to measure success, right? Like, if you just looked at your, I don't want to call it enthusiasm level. Enthusiasm might be a little too peppy, but your connection.
it's purpose.
Yeah, it's your purpose.
It's purpose. Yes. And looking back at the time, even I could sense it, but just now looking back, I can really identify it. That having a purpose, providing work for the 30 design and furniture nerds that are a part of Kimiko Designs, but even this work in sustainability and having impact on reducing landfill and inspiring other people to change the way that they do furniture. That really at its basic level comes down to purpose, I think.
That's your connection to purpose, what you just described. I
think so.
That's pretty awesome. You have your team, you have a mission with Kimiko Green. You do seem very whole. You said something that I really loved. You said, own your gifts. And I was like, like I listen. And a lot of times in a conversation, I'm like, what's the title of this? I'm thinking of the title when I'm in conversation, and I almost like I heard own your gifts, and I'm like, oh wow, I hope that's the title. I hope we go there. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So, at its simplest form, there are so many people who are better at so many things than I am, and who can help carry the company forward or help impact the culture that we have at Kimiko Designs. And then there are certain things that I'm really good at. I'm good at seeing the vision for what furniture planning could be, for what Kimiko Green could be. I am good at having small, I dare one-on-one conversations, but I'm aware.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to call this small talk. I was like, I'm not going for small talk.
No,
here.
I'm not. And I'm not good at small talk. And I'm not good, and I don't enjoy large crowds. But at NeoCon, where there are thousands and tens of thousands of people, but when I can connect with people and sort of hide back in a corner and have real connection and conversations, that's a superpower of mine. And really creative problem solving. Like one day, I would love to just have my job to be think tanks and creative problem solving.
So let's do this. like I kind of want to break down these gifts
Okay.
because you listed several, like the creative problem solving,
Yes.
not the small talk, but the small conversations,
Connection. Yeah.
connection. Because other people probably heard this and they're like, "Ooh, that's me." Like, what is your advice to being great at those things? Like, how do you become great at creative problem solving?
You stop doing all the other things that are getting in the way of creative problem solving. In my opinion, you stop doing the things that are distracting you from your superpowers. You stop, for me, auditing specifications or anything that requires a real attention to detail. Writing copy. I draw pictures for a living by choice, right? I chose a profession where I frankly didn't have to write and didn't have to do complex math. And so by not doing those things, it allows me the capacity to do the things that I am really good at. And I think I know I say this all the time, but there is really something beneficial to taking a beat and having a look at what you're doing, how you're spending your time, and understanding what feeds you. Like, what is the thing that really makes you excited to get out of bed in the morning on the worst day or the worst week of your entire life? I mean, that has got to be the thing, right?
That's sort of self-awareness. I feel like it takes time to get there. And I don't know when you sort of discovered your gifts, but you probably in younger life had to do the things that you didn't love to. You had to do the things that weren't your gifts in order to, number one, discover that they're not,
Right.
but
Right.
then to kind of get you to a place where you could start to lean in to what you're great at. And I wonder if there's sort of like the wrong perception out there that like you're just supposed to know what you're great at and then that's what you're supposed to do. But like, I feel like that takes a long time. Like I wouldn't have put a finger on it until the last, 5 years of my life to really understood, what I was good at.
What are you good at?
So, I mean, I'm the one asking the questions here.
I know, but I've been waiting for years to get a camera in front of us so that I could ask you a couple of questions too.
Oh, I think I'm good at listening and finding great things in other people.
That is my experience of you, Doug, for sure. Yeah.
So my wife would agree with probably one of those things.
Yeah.
Would she call me a great listener? Probably not. And I have some. I could always do better there.
I think we can all always do better. And sometimes that just requires asking somebody else. My bestie came to me a couple of months ago and said, it's a really simple question, but she said, what am I not seeing? I want more for my life. I know I'm capable of more, but I also know that I don't see my blind spot. It's like talking to ChatGPT. You have to ask it and prompt it to what are the things that I'm missing? What are the questions I'm not asking? What else do you need from me in order to answer these questions? And when she came to me, I thought that was a really incredible question. What am I missing? What one thing could I do to help me better get to the goals that I'm looking for, to the outcomes that I'm looking for, to the life that I'm wanting to live?
Yeah, that's a hard question to answer yourself or to even ask yourself.
That's why you ask other people, I think.
Yeah.
And people who are willing to be kind and gentle, but also really honest.
Really honest. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's not always easy. I'm not like, sometimes it hurts. But what's more important? Like, is it more important to be comfortable or is it more important to grow? And I think I ask myself that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you've probably gotten in the habit of change.
Some days, yes. Some days, no.
You've grown. How long have you been
Yeah.
doing Kimiko?
Yeah. So we had this past year is our 25th anniversary, and where we started on dial-up internet 25 years ago doing specifications, and to where we are now providing relief for design teams, for dealer designers, for manufacturers, it feels really good to be the Advil of furniture.
To be the Advil.
Yeah, I think so. I think one of our main goals is to provide relief.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I've heard you say it before. Furniture is not a 4-letter word.
It is. It
right?
is. Yes, it's not a 4-letter word, and it's not the 9-letter F word for sure. But for a lot of people, that's how it feels. And so we can pretend that that's not the case, or we can really look at it and ask why. And what can we do about it? How can we do things differently?
Yeah, I was with one of your teammates at dinner yesterday, and she was like, she was explaining to me with great enthusiasm how she read the specification manual for a certain product line, and then she reread it, and you could tell she enjoyed it. Like, she has decoded furniture in a way. It's almost like, if you've seen the Lego movie, there's that part where like all of a sudden Emmett starts to see how all the Lego pieces come together, and it's like the whole world becomes clear to him. And it was like, I could tell like she sees furniture this way. Like, she understands every screw, every component. And it's pretty cool to develop like a deep competency like that.
And then identify it, right? So for people in our industry to recognize so people who care like that or think like that are a real asset to most teams. And there are certain characteristics. Like, I think at dinner too, we were also talking about how if you look at every specifier, so I think, probably on our team, there's about 15 or 20 specific, like actual specifiers. That's what they do all day, every day, for the most part. And there is unanimously a love for puzzles. So we now ask in our interviews, like, what do you like to do in your spare time? But we're listening for, do you like puzzles? Do you like putting things together, right? So Hallmark's a really strong specifier. They love puzzles. They are detail-oriented, much to most salespeople's chagrin. They are detail-oriented, and they like to do a couple of things at a time. They don't like, what I'm guessing for you, but certainly for me, like, I love to do 20 things at a time, and I can get distracted. So I have to remind myself or ask other people to bring me back to focus. But really gifted designers like to go deep into a couple of singular topics. So whether it's a product line or whether it's a healthcare specialty, but that's a real hallmark of a really high quality specifier.
I actually love the way you've kind of broken that down, and I can see how in an interview, like, these are the things you're searching for. Advice for building a remote team and having a culture, because a lot of people are in this position now, and even if they're back to the office, let's just say, it feels like that was like 3 years ago. But anyways, even if that's the case, like, a lot of people have more remote relationships now than they've ever had. What's the key to making that successful?
So connection is the key, but there is a side piece of that in like using creativity and technology to help support that connection. So Rachel, who leads a couple of our product studios, our manufacturer studios, she has figured out how to throw an incredible baby shower virtually.
Oh, no way.
And every year, one of the things that I look forward to the most is when Rachel puts on the White Elephant Christmas Exchange. And all of that is virtual. And she has a deck, and it's interactive. And it's not a huge ton of effort, but to watch all the faces on the Teams call and how much fun they're having and how exciting it is and how they fight over whoever brought the puzzles. I think it's just being simple, being creative, but you have to harness technology. Like technology has to be your friend, and there's so many different ways to make that easier. But even it's just having a Christmas party virtually. It's I don't know, it's taking a few minutes at the beginning of every weekly meeting to who has a dad joke? Who did something cool, who should dump a couple of photos in the chat so we can see what you did this weekend or what you did for Halloween. I mean, it's what are the things that create culture? Sorry, what are the things that create connection?
I love it. All right. Just because you spend so much of your time in this world of furniture, if you could change one thing about furniture or about this industry, what would you change?
Oh man. Can you hear my brain exploding right now?
I know it's just the just one thing is probably what's holding you back.
If I could change one thing about the industry, I would change the perception of pre-owned furniture.
Okay.
And I say that not for me, but for your kids, for my kids, for the next generations. I think there's absolutely a place for beautiful new pieces of furniture, especially if they are long lasting, especially if they are built to last and beautiful and classic. But I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the billions and billions and billions of dollars in furniture that end up in the landfill or the billions and billions of pounds of office furniture and equipment that goes to the landfill every year in this country.
Wow. That's a unique answer to that question, I believe. But I think
Not
it's
an easy either, not an
No.
easy answer for sure. But somebody has to be asking those questions.
So, and I know we've chatted back and forth, but this idea of it's rescue furniture. So
Yeah, so ask me if okay, so I'm going to interpret your question. Like if I had the fairy godmother magic wand, what would I do? I would make reuse and reconfiguration sexy. But I think if we could treat it the way that we treat rescue pets, the way that it feels good. I mean, I'm a person who has only ever had rescue pets. So, but like it is just natural for the majority of us, I dare say, to when you're ready to add a pet or an animal to your family, you look first at the pound.
Yeah.
So why can't we, when we need to change our furniture or add more furniture or to do different things, why can't we first look to see what we have in our own warehouses?
So we had a commercial idea for you for this for this subject.
Okay.
Is to have you walking in a warehouse of used furniture, Sarah McLachlan playing in the background, you demoing task chairs.
Yeah.
Jordan, maybe you could produce that.
There you go,
That
Jordan.
would be awesome.
I think that's just the general, yes, fun. And also like what a concept.
Yeah.
Like if it was, and you don't have to do it all the time, right? You don't have to rescue the furniture all the time. If you just think about doing one thing. But if there is a new project, if there is certainly at enterprise scale for end users and facility managers to make it feel good, to do the right thing, to have impact, and to rescue some furniture. Because I have a rescue dog, and he is not a whole lot bacon. He's been on a couple of our posts and a couple of my
his name is
LinkedIn
Bacon?
posts. He came from a rescue. That was his rescue name, And then he never left. So, yeah, we still call him Bacon.
That's awesome.
But like, he's not really anything to look at, but he is the best dog. He is the best snuggler.
Oh,
He is loyal. He will work for food. And so why couldn't we consider applying that same concept to furniture?
I like that. I'm just thinking about Bacon now. I mean, the dog. What has Bacon taught you?
Ooh, what has Bacon taught me? Sometimes he's taught me. Sometimes it's just really important to sit and do nothing.
Do you ever look at Bacon and you're like, you have it so easy. Like you have no idea.
Yes, but
Like
that's
the world is so small in Bacon's mind.
and Bacon has we call him Bakey. Bakey has a great life. He has a great life. But I also remembered the day that he came to my house and he was covered in fleas and missing half of his hair and 20 pounds lighter and exhausted from
Bacon has earned his life.
running the streets. He's missing the tip of one of his ears. So I'm guessing it was not an easy life out in the street. But like, some good food, some a steam clean for a chair. And I mean, and you can have something really great too.
I have a soft spot in my heart for Bacon's situation, and I mean my wife's huge into rescue animals, and if I wasn't around, we would have probably a house full of them.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I think with the stuff in my personal life the last few years, I had stopped fostering, but I think I have fostered more than my family and I, because the kids work hard at it too. But we fostered more than 150 dogs and puppies.
Yeah,
We are all allergic to cats, but
you can't remember all their names. I mean, there's no way.
no, but I have a file and a folder that has their little
incredible.
pictures and their cards from the kennel where they were rescued from. And
Wow. So
yeah,
this idea of furniture reuse, it feels like it's like in your DNA.
apparently
in
it
a way.
is. Yes, I
It's
just
like,
realized. Yeah, those are some pretty strong dots to connect. Yeah, no, you're not wrong there.
That's
I mean, I
wild.
think it's very utilitarian as well, right? Why
Yeah.
would I go? I mean, we in rescue they talk about adopt, don't shop.
Yeah.
And I think that it can apply into furniture. And I think everyone's tired of. I think didn't the term hybrid. I think most of us break out in hives now when we hear that term. But I think there is a real strong concept in creating spaces that are a hybrid of old and or classic and new. And I think there's a real mentality that can come out of that says, like that's a really responsible thing to do, and it felt good, and it comes with such a great story,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that story is really important. I look forward to the day where there is a showroom in Chicago during Neocon and Design Days where it's all focused on repurposing furniture.
That's really cool. We could call it RioCon.
Yes, yes.
Actually,
There's
I really like that. And as a manufacturer, we hope we produce something that is beautiful enough and strong enough and patinas in all the right ways in a way
Yes.
that it's like, yeah, I mean, why would you ever get rid of this?
I mean, that is a core design philosophy in Japanese design, for example, right? Like it's to really celebrate that patina, to really celebrate the nail heads, to really celebrate the natural finishes.
So that is really interesting. And I know objects carry more significance, right?
For sure they
Culturally
can.
there. Yeah, it's
Sure.
like
Yeah.
there's
And simplicity.
yeah. Okay. So I want to ask you generally. You're so great with words, and you are, and
My goodness.
you're a
Okay,
great
thank you.
coach.
Thank you.
Is there like advice that you consistently give people? Like that is like if you have time, you're coaching somebody on your team, you always leave them with this nugget of wisdom.
Yes. And I would say plan to 80% because there is always something that will fill that other 20%, right? So whether that's a sick kid or an emergency spec request or a delivery that's late, but plan only to the first 80% of your capacity.
That's great advice.
Something will always come up.
I think that goes for any job.
Yes. Parenting, parenting, furniture, planning, design. I think that is just a life philosophy to, there are going to be emergencies. Ideally, they don't last 5 years, but there will be emergencies,
Yeah.
right? And this is furniture, and there's a lot of last minuteness that happens in our industry. And so plan for that so that when it does come time to address something time sensitive or serious, whether it's personal, professional, project related, you want to have that inner energy to be able to deal with it. That you want to have the brain space to be creative and a really strong problem solver to solution it. And you want to, that is not the life that I would choose. I used to, out of habit, sort of spend my life, in that I can imagine this meter, right? The meter where it goes on your car, where it goes into the red zone and it's twitching.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived my life there for a long time and it's not sustainable. So whether that's a project, whether that's your health, whether that's your relationships, I think living to the 80% to allow you for the 20% of the surprises and then to be able to enjoy all of it.
That's awesome. That's wonderful advice. That's like the new 80-20 rule there.
Yeah.
I really like it.
That's the core of designing your life, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we get to choose. And I love that we've designed a company that it's fundamental in being able to address the needs of the people we get the privilege to work for and the privilege of the people that I get to work with. And we get to have that life. We don't want to have to choose.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think as long as it averages out 80-20, you're winning. I mean, there's going to be some days where you didn't need the excess, and there's going to be other days where the 20 becomes 30 and you're spending 110% of a day.
And then you, on those days where you only spend the 80, you get 20 minutes with Bakey. or you get to take an extra block on the walk.
Yeah.
Or you get to actually just do something nice for your own self.
So I was I can almost turn this question around and ask for the worst advice that you've ever received. And I'll give you a minute to think about that. That's kind of a weird question, isn't it? Or do you know that answer?
No, the voices in my head were on fire when you asked that question.
Yeah. Okay. Well, go.
Worst
Shoot.
advice? Yeah. Heads down and just do it. When has that ever worked for anybody? I mean, you probably get the thing done, but at what cost?
Yeah. Or it's completely disconnected from the rest of your life or your strategy or whatever. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't just do it.
Do one thing. Just do one thing. Because that's, a mantra that we preach and live by. But I think there's just put your head down and do it and get through it is really short-term thinking. I'm not here for the short-term thinking. I'm here for long-term impact. I'm here for I'm here for the bigger purpose, the bigger wins, the bigger connections, the bigger projects. I think it's a really short-sighted piece of advice.
That is a great take. That's a great take. So I have advice that I like to give. It's connected to this idea, actually. Maybe it's connected to the question. And I recently, and the reason I got into advice, I had a car ride with Luke recently, who's joining our team, and somehow we got into advice. We had 4 hours together, similar to our drive, Kansas City to St. Louis. And the advice I gave him was there's going to be people you love, people you respect highly, and also really smart people. And these people will give you really crappy advice at times. And you just have
Yeah.
to know that. Like you're gonna like as you move up in your career and you're around people, you'll get a lot of bad advice. And so you need to always have your radar kind of up. There's been I'll give an example. Like
What's the worst advice you've ever been
well,
given?
there was an example of this that stuck in my brain, and I've just never. I feel bad when I think about this. Okay, there was a person. This is in my previous career. There's a person I was managing, and he would fall asleep at his desk, and you know, this was happening. I would notice it happening for a couple weeks, and then I really didn't know. I mean, I knew in my heart how I wanted to go about it, but I asked for some advice, and it was like, well, that is, you have to address it head on, and he has to know if this happens again, he's out of here. And, like I got this really firm advice from someone I really deeply respected. And I took that stance. I went in there, and it took a lot of courage. I was really young, I was not really young. I was younger, and it took a lot of courage. And I look back on that, and I'm like, that didn't feel right. It felt off. Like really, what I wanted to say and what I should have said is just, like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
What's going on? Because who knows what's going on?
Yeah.
Who knows what this person's life is like? And so it was just that was a moment where I was like, you know what? I don't know that I'm just going to listen to advice from people. Like I'm going to question everything and
Consider
make sure
the source.
whatever advice I get, if it doesn't feel right in my tummy, it's
Yes.
probably not good advice. And it's okay because, and it's okay if it's someone you respect and someone who's brilliant. Like they can still be brilliant and you can still respect them, and it still might not be great advice. And that's,
I
so
think
that's something I like to pass along.
I think one of a good question is that advice about them or is it about me? Right? I think I can understand their experience and I can imagine, frankly, certain generations that's how you deal with it. And I think we now know that when it comes to building high performance teams, to lead with empathy, to lead with curiosity, those are significantly greater outcomes. And I have made all those types of mistakes too. And so that's why we get to sit here and talk about it now. Yeah. Hopefully some folks out there will hear that and think about before they tackle something quote unquote head on. But I think first being really curious about a situation. I don't think you can go wrong with that, can you?
No, I think you're right. And I think that's almost the best place to come from. If you're the type of person that likes to give advice, that's actually a great place to come from, is like first know as much as you can before you offer advice.
I mean, are you listening first and foremost, right?
Yeah.
This is a soapbox for me in our industry. But I sometimes more recently this past year get asked to speak about it. But there is an issue, I think, in our sales-based industry where there is so much talking and not enough listening. And I think being able to step back and actually observe and listen and be curious about other people and not just try to sell a chair or a table. I, without question, see that the dealerships, the salespeople, the other service organizations who are really successful, that I would say is the through thread in a lot of those organizations, is that the high performing salespeople, the high performing project managers are doing a lot of listening.
That's an excellent take. And I would go kind of a level further to say, like, these high performing salespeople, they are experts, right? And if you are in sales, you are an expert in what you're selling. So I think of you, you should think of yourself as a doctor. And if you went to see a doctor and you showed up and you walked in and the first thing they said was, "Hey, how about this? What if you take these twice a day? Or have you seen this new drug that's out?" It's like, you don't even know what's wrong with me. Like,
Yes,
you
that's
would
a
think
great
that
example.
doctor is a
Yes,
lunatic, right?
yes.
So it's like, before you even can start to prescribe medicine or furniture, you have to more deeply understand the patient. And then I even think about my experience as a patient. Like, we've all had those doctors that clearly don't care deeply about my problems. And
Yeah, and
I
they're
would
not
rather,
listening.
they might be brilliant, but I would rather talk to the doctor that actually cares about me. And so I think I kind of look at, like, a salesperson as a doctor in a way.
So I think the agenda that we looked at even just this morning for the day today, and looking at the agenda and saying, here's talking to our team and saying, here's the agenda for the day, and what's not on here that you really want to make sure that we're talking about. I mean, that, and we do that with our customers and with our projects and with the brokers that we work with. I mean, here's our agenda, and what's yours? What do we need to talk about today, or what do we need to talk about in these 30 minutes so that you can leave here feeling like we really accomplished something? Not so that you can leave here and know all about me and my product or my service or what have you. Like, I'll get that meeting once, but to get 10 meetings, I'm talking to what you want to talk about.
How am I doing so far? Am I asking the questions that you would like me to ask?
I have no judgment on that.
Wait, are you the patient or am I the patient? I don't even know.
I'm just here for this and the coffee. You're doing a great job. But I've seen you do a great job hundreds of times.
Oh,
and
thanks.
are really especially unique at this talking and listening thing.
Well, you've brought so much great insight here. Is there something maybe that you haven't shared that you hope to today?
I mean, if you could just keep saying nice things about me, that would be great.
I have an endless supply.
Oh, and then we're going to record it and show my kids.
Oh, wait, you didn't, we're not recording this. Sorry. This was the practice.
This is the dress rehearsal.
We're about to record it. Yeah, go ahead and hit the record button.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm not
I think we're warmed up.
Now
We're
we
ready
can
to
go. Okay, great. I mean, I would always love to talk about the industry circularity, but also I think we would be remiss if I don't have the answers about AI, but I think we would be really remiss if we didn't at least talk about what AI might mean to furniture specifiers, to the furniture industry.
Yep.
And I also think now circularity, sustainability, and AI, you have to have those conversations together because of the environmental impact of bazillions of data centers and everything that goes with that. But we're not putting the genie back in the bottle. AI is here. We're doing this. And so how do we be smart about how we're doing it? And again, I don't have the answers, but I love being curious about it. I think we all want to be asking ourselves, how are we going to be responsible with this? And how are we going to use it to project us to be better, to make us better people, to make us better in our service, to be better responsive to clients, and to, frankly, back to that 80-20 rule, what can I use with AI so that I do live at that 80% mark? And can AI help me be more efficient when there is that 20% emergency, or is there a way to allow that to help me have more capacity? AI is such a big topic.
I agree. And I think most people are like you in that I think we're full of questions.
Yeah.
Full of questions. We're not yet full of answers. There's takes. People have takes.
So what's just one thing that you would recommend, or do you have advice on if there was just one thing that we could do as furniture nerds that we would consider with AI, or in terms of AI?
I think it has to go back to owning your gifts, to where perhaps AI could be the answer that allows you to lean into your gifts. And it can in two different ways, I suppose. It could help you. It could help relieve the parts of your work that maybe you're not gifted at, but it could also perhaps supercharge the things you are gifted at. So I feel like if it doesn't do that, it's not helping. You know.
I think we're going to be having an entirely different conversation a year from now too. I think every year, what we do and how we do it is changing significantly, which is really fascinating in an industry that hasn't changed a lot in the last 25 years that I've been in it. Similar for you. So maybe we could put an X on the calendar for this day next year and check back in and see where we're at.
I'm down. Let's do it. November 3rd? Who knows when this will launch, but
yeah. Is it November 4th? Is it election day?
Is it the 4th? It's the 4th. Yeah. Thanks for stealing a whole day from me.
Sorry. I'll give it back. I'm here for pretending it's the 3rd, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Dianne, thank you for joining me and for coming all the way to Jasper to see us.
You make it really easy, Doug. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Is it going to make it all the way here?
Look at that. It's traveling.
Wow.
Perfect. I'm going to keep the cameras rolling. I woke up with my voice going out. I don't know what's going on.
That's right.
But
maybe you turn the heat on for the first time.
Oh, are you, did we make you cry? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, he's verklempt.
Our conversation was so deep.
Keep the conversation going. I did get some photos already, but I'm going to grab some from these angles.
Did you watch Saturday Night Live? Have you ever? Was that like
I
a
love
thing
Saturday Night Live, but which one? No, not this week.
I'm verklempt.
Oh.
What was it? Who was it? Mike Myers? Coffee Talk.
Yeah.
Coffee
no,
Talk.
yeah.
Was that Coffee Talk?
It's not the church lady. Not the church lady, right? No.
It's not Stuart Smalley. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough.
I never did that, Stuart Smalley.
I love Jack Handy.
No.
Do you?
You know what I have an appreciation for now that I didn't is the news segment.
Oh, I love Colin Jost.
I love the news segment.
His autobiography is hilarious.
Is it good?
Yeah, I listened to it.
Okay.
He reads it too, so it's his voice.
Okay.
And it's I would definitely recommend the audiobook.
Okay.
It's really
I actually on the flight yesterday I was looking for a new audiobook.
Do that.
Colin Jost. Yeah. Oh, I bet he has a fascinating life. Did I hear
does.
that Seth Meyers, I heard this morning on the news, Seth Meyers is in trouble right now?
Oh, no. I didn't hear that.
No.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, not, oh,
with,
no.
sorry,
I have no
with
idea.
the current administration.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what for, but I just heard that it's his turn.
Oh, man. Well,
and
Colin, it's a very punchable face. Is the name of his. That's legit the name of his autobiography.
Oh, man. He's done pretty well for himself then, hasn't he?
It's funny. It's freaking funny.
Right? Married to Scarlett Johansson. And
oh, yeah. I mean, he talks about that too. He talks about meeting her for the first time. It's like the whole thing. The whole thing's
I
funny.
can't wait. Okay. Okay.
So Jack Handy, I have a favorite quote. I don't know why it's my favorite. It's like the one I remembered from Saturday Night Live. I remember I heard this and I was like, this is kind of my humor just because it's like so dumb and bad.
Okay.
If you die and you have a choice to go to regular heaven or pie heaven, choose pie heaven. It might be a trick, but boy. I'm like, what? It's just like,
No.
yeah. I'm going to be looking up Jack Handy quotes tonight, like in my bed by myself, laughing. Thanks for joining me here on Love What You Do.